Assalamu alaikum. Namaste, Molali Madad. Hello and bonjour Montréal. It's Vistuela, your host for Prime TV. I'm here today with a very special guest and a very close friend who actually will talk to us about something very, very serious. And it's a sensitive topic, so take out your tissue boxes and maybe a bottle of water, because right after this commercial break, we'll be talking to Leah Toukalas.
पाकिस्तान तो आए ने कनाडा विच छाए ने पाकिस्तान तो आए ने कनाडा विच छाए ने तेरा रेस्टोरेंट भाई तेरा रेस्टोरेंट भाई तेरा रेस्टोरेंट बच्चे बुद्धि बंदे आओ तेरा रेस्टोरेंट बल्ले बल्ले खा पे खाओ तेरा रेस्टोरेंट जिंदा रख दे अपने कल्चर न जिंदा रख दे अपने कल्चर न सत बिस्मिल्लाह जी आया नु सत बिस्मिल्लाह जी आया नु हैप्पी बर्थडे शादी बुकिंग कर लो जी तेरा रेस्टोरेंट भाई तेरा रेस्टोरेंट 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 तेरा रेस्टोरेंट
Dera Restaurant 790 Jerry West Montreal, Quebec, Canada H391G6. Contact 514-495-2110 and 514-991-9112. Information Syed Musa Raza.
Assalamu alaikum. So I'm back here with Leah. Leah, would you like to say hello to our fans out there on Prime TV?
Hi, fans.
I'm here with Leah Toukalas. And Leah is you're from Greece, right?
No, I was born here in Montreal.
But your background is?
Greek. From
What
Greece.
part of Greece?
My father's from the island of Zakynthos.
Zakynthos, okay.
And my mother is from Macedonia.
Wow, those are beautiful places. I've never been to Greece, but I'd like to take a trip there one day. Every time I see pictures, all I see is white and blue.
Yes.
I don't know, is that like a trend there? It's like you see
those
white
are
houses and blue water.
Those are our colors. Those are
I love
our colors
it.
of our flag.
It looks like a very peaceful place to be.
It is. It's very beautiful.
Well, we're here today with Leah to talk about a very sensitive topic. And the reason I brought her on Prime TV was because it interests me. And it's a little bit close to my heart because it concerns breast cancer. As some of you may not know, but I participated a couple of years back on a competition for breast cancer, which is Kashmir, Canada. And I was asked to be a designer to make a dress out of toilet paper. And I'm not allowed to say toilet paper, so bathroom tissue, I'm sorry. And it was pink and white. And I said yes, because, you know, I had thousands and one things to do. And once I got the box of the toilet paper, which was actually like rolls of fabric, it wasn't small rolls, it was rolls of fabric. I had to construct a dress only out of that bathroom tissue. And lo and behold, I ended up winning top designer for North America for breast cancer, raising almost $15,000.
Wow.
It was a great honor, and I think since then I've been really close to anything related to breast cancer. So when your girlfriend, Lillian,
Yes.
contacted me, through Facebook, and I'm going to cut myself off because I'm allowed to. Facebook does work, because sometimes you don't think it's going to bring you business, but it does. And look, I've met you through it. Lillian had contacted me and mentioned that you were doing an event.
Yes.
And needed some designer clothes, and obviously I'm a designer, so I had the pleasure of meeting both of you that night. And I'm telling you, if you didn't have to go teach Taekwondo, I think we would have had the whole night together just laughing and talking. So tell me, you were diagnosed in what year?
In 2017.
In
Last
2017.
Year. Yes.
Last year.
Last Valentine's Day, actually.
Wow. And can you tell the audience a little bit about how was the reaction and the process of it? And the reason and please, if you don't feel like saying something, you have every right to stop and not continue. But I think people just need to express themselves sometimes in a situation, just to tell others that they're they're not alone, because I know a lot of people are affected by this, and sometimes they're afraid to talk about it. So that's one of the reasons why I brought you here today. So
Okay.
please tell us your story.
Well, it all started. I picked it off. It was 5 millimeters sitting on the gland on my
5 millimeters.
Yes, sitting on my gland. I picked it off. It was right after 2016 Halloween, like in November, coming into November.
Okay.
But I had a very bad cold, and I wanted to make a point to go see my GP.
Right.
And I had such a bad cough that I addressed the cough first,
Okay.
and totally forgot about the breath.
Right, of course, yeah.
And basically at the end, when I was putting on my jacket, I said, "Oh my God, this is something major. I have to tell you." I said, "It's so small." I thought, and now this is January
Right.
4th,
Okay.
because I didn't address it right away.
And
I thought I'd tough it out.
And I think, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you, but I think a lot of women out there sometimes don't, because they don't think that something so small or not painful could be a relevance to having it looked at.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as women, we just do 10,000 things all the time, so we don't really focus on these.
Well,
situations.
there was discomfort and pain.
Okay, all right.
Throughout the summer, I felt a little bit of spearing, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to address it. I thought it was our women issues and things
Right.
like that. So,
Yeah, as
I
many
s-
as we have.
yeah. So I tried to take care of the cough the natural way until I couldn't take it anymore. I thought I was going to cough out my
My
lung.
lungs, okay, yeah.
And I promised myself I didn't want to address anything in December since it was the holidays.
Right.
And I have a little beautiful family that I didn't want to put any dents. You know, I was scared, so I didn't want my family to be concerned. So I waited it out. January 4th came. I went to see my GP. He examined me and he told me that it could be one of three things. It could be a little lump because it's small. It could be a little fatty tissue, a cyst, or it could be the big C. But
Oh, God.
be aware that
After
everything
the
will be
test
okay.
results, then you would know.
Yes.
Right.
So immediately he says, we're not going to wait on this because cancer does grow every 3 months. And he was upset at me
Wow.
for not reacting back in November. So I did go for my tests. To my surprise, I was scheduled for,
Mammogram?
I did a echography,
Echography.
an ultrasound,
Okay.
and a mammogram
Which reminds me, ladies, go get your mammogram every what? 4 years?
every year.
Oh, it's every year. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. Every year. Every year.
Some say 2, but my oncologist says every year.
Okay.
It's very important.
Every year. I think after the age of 20, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. The age I always thought was 50, and that's why I never
I
went
don't
for
think
one.
that's anymore. You know, the new 50 is the 40 and the 40 is the 30.
Yeah.
So we're really young. Okay, continue.
So after I got the mammogram done,
Mm-hmm.
the results came back, and they wanted a more magnified view. And at the same time, my GP said, you need to do an ultrasound. So it was Valentine's Day, and the ultrasound was done. And the radiologist said to the technician right away, prep her up. I'm going in
Oh,
to do
wow.
a double biopsy, because he saw something that he was not comfortable with.
Oh my goodness. So it was like a right away and a call.
Yes.
Okay.
And to my surprise, he also told me it was cancer sitting on my breast, which I was just
I'm going to
left.
ask you a personal question. How was your first thought in your head when he said that to you? What's the first thing came into your head?
I think the whole world came crashing down, and I broke into tears.
I can imagine.
And after that reaction, I just saw my children in front of me.
Yeah, of course. And you have 2 beautiful children.
3.
3? Oh, 3. You have a...
I have a 19,
Okay.
all 3 sons, a 19, a 16,
So
and a
house
7.
full of boys.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Must be a very loud household. Sorry.
It's amazing. I wouldn't
Wow.
change it.
Oh my God! So you're like always the queen and
Yes.
the one that's praised. I'm assuming because obviously not only because you're a mother, you're the only female in the house,
Yes.
and you're a husband, and you have been married how long?
22 years this August, this year.
Wow! And how do you say in Greek? Is it Efcharisto?
Efcharisto is thank you.
See, I know a little bit of Greek. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing, and it's overwhelming because as you're talking, you're tearing up. So we're gonna try not to get too emotional. I don't want this segment to be something where people actually end up having. Of course, there's gonna be emotions. It's normal, and that's why we're talking about this, because we want people to realize that people out there that are affected by this can talk about it and not
Yes.
be afraid to talk about it.
That's right.
And I think a lot of women sometimes feel like, if I talk about it, it's going to become realistic. It is real. I mean, this is
is.
not, it's not a fantasy. It's going to happen.
The scary part is that the statistics is not 1 in 8 or more.
Is it in your family?
I lost my grandmother, but at a very old age.
Okay.
She
So
had
not
breast
necess-
cancer, but
Okay, that's what I want to know.
we had my mom checked, my sister, everybody was
So
fine.
sometimes it's not necessarily something that's hereditary or
No.
runs the family. It can just happen. So
Yes.
this also takes us back to, get yourself checked regularly as
And
well.
I did do the genetic testing.
Oh, you did?
Yes,
okay.
I did, and everything was fine.
Okay.
And I asked the genetic oncologist, where did it come from?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he says it could come from anywhere, and really the environment. And
So tell me, the process after that now, you obviously go through something called chemo,
yes,
and that's a mandatory, it's not a choice, correct, if I'm mistaken?
you always have a choice.
Okay, what's the other choice?
Don't do it and cross your fingers. I don't
Oh,
know.
boy.
Other
Okay.
people take natural approaches.
Yeah, that's true, there's
It's,
natural ways
it's
of
really
doing it as
what
well.
you really believe in your heart.
How hard was the chemotherapy?
It was very hard.
Did you have to shave your head?
I got the hardest chemotherapy possible.
Oh my
So my hair dropped within 12 days.
Wow.
I had hair like yours.
Wow.
Was there, and my hair actually
Well, you
fell
look
on-
amazing. I mean, like, it's been a year now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, your hair looks amazing. It looks freshly grown, so it's good. It's a good sign.
Press restart.
Yeah, press restart.
Rebirth.
Rebirth. But so you went through the chemotherapy. Now I'm going to ask you, how did your family deal with the situation?
They put up a very strong front, I must say, for me, to keep me strong. But we all had our meltdowns.
Of course, yeah.
And
It takes a toll on the family.
yes.
I think the whole family.
Yes,
I've heard when cancer hits one, it feels like it hits everybody.
it does, but it doesn't hit them in the same
No.
in the same way. My husband was very strong.
Okay. Peter,
Peter is the second one.
second.
George is my first. George was also my pillar. He held my hand the whole way, tried to make me comfortable. The first thing he did is he went out and he bought me a yoga mat.
Oh.
He says he didn't do it.
That's nice.
And yes, we had our emotional breakdowns, but you know what? He was strong. He was something else. Peter just went into complete silence.
Wow.
And
Your youngest son is the one I actually met
my youngest
as well.
one, Aristotle, is 7, almost
Yeah.
8 years old.
Yeah.
He's quite a character.
Yeah.
He thought it was a lot of fun playing around with my wigs and,
Oh, God.
and always making me laugh.
Oh my God.
And
well,
I
that's
tried to
good.
hide from him because I didn't want this to scar him.
No, of course. But you know what? This is going to probably make him 10 times stronger
Yes,
because he saw his mom fight through a battle.
yes.
So basically, as you just heard, the beginning and the middle of Leah's story, and as you can see, the result is absolutely astonishing. And she is I'm going to say, cancer-free.
Yes,
Congratulations.
thank you.
You look awesome.
Thank you.
And you did an event.
Yes,
Um,
I did also do radiotherapy.
you did radiotherapy
I
too?
did.
Oh, okay.
It was supposed to be 25 sessions, and I did 33.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So in 1 year, you went through all of that. How do you feel today?
I did have a little retreat. I just came back from Florida, so
Well,
now
that's
I
a
feel
good thing. That's a good thing. That's why she's a little bit tanned, as you can see. She's competing with me on color here, guys. Well, that's good. That was a surprise, actually, from your husband.
Yes.
Because I was supposed to see her, and then she's like, "I'm in Florida," and I'm like, "What do you mean you're in Florida? We're supposed to be at the studio tomorrow." I'm like, "Okay, bye." You know.
I just went to zen out by
That
the
was
beach.
amazing. I think that was needed. It was
Yes.
something to do. And I don't know you very well, but being a retail therapist, because I've done psychology and fashion and stuff, but I can tell you from the psychology point of view, you seem like you didn't go through what you did. And I'm saying that as a huge compliment, because I know women that have gone through it, that's changed their life, but they've changed and they've become a different person. You seem very grounded. You seem aware of what happened. You seem, I didn't know you before. So I'm going to say you seem very aware of yourself as a person.
I had an incredible support system.
I think
did.
that's very important.
I did, and the home and my direct family and friends and were just incredible. But I also have another family that is called my Taekwondo school.
Yes, that's true. So Leah teaches Taekwondo,
Yes.
and I will come to one of your classes.
You're
Hence,
very
I may
welcome.
not be a part of it, but I will come to it just to see how it works out. And is Taekwondo, I'm sorry, but people out there are probably going to think I'm crazy when I ask you, is Taekwondo a mix between judo and karate?
Taekwondo is an Olympic sport.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
okay, shows how much I know. Oh, okay.
And it's a self-defense. It's an incredible art.
Well, anything that's self-defense, I'm in. I'm in, okay.
And I
It needs a
actually
lot
worked my way up to second Dan.
Oh, wow,
I
okay.
got my second Dan actually after I was diagnosed on April 10.
And you continue your
Yes.
Taekwondo during your sessions?
Yes, I
Wow.
had my master and my instructor
Okay.
literally hold me up, and they said to me not to stay home when not to feel alone.
Okay.
Stay part of us.
That was
I
your other
didn't have to
family.
stand. I had my chair there. I was always surrounded by the children. Granted, I was very, very careful. My Perel bottle was,
Right.
but it was summertime, so there was less
Mm.
sickness. It wasn't in the heart of winter
Wow.
during my treatments. And I didn't have time to think too much
Well,
about it.
I think that's a good thing, because that was kind of like part of your cure.
Yes.
So on that note, we're going to take a small commercial break and come back with something that I didn't know about Leah. See you after the break.
रेस्टोरेंट 786 बेस्ट पाकिस्तानी रेस्टोरेंट इन मॉन्ट्रियल 100% हलाल ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸ਼ਾਹੀ ਪਨੀਰ ਦਾਲ ਸਾਗ ਮਿਕਸ ਵੈਜ ਕੜੀ ਪਕੌੜਾ ਤੇ ਨਾਨ ਵੈਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੋਸ਼ਤ ਲਾਹੌਰੀ ਫਿਸ਼ ਲਾਹੌਰੀ ਚਿਕਨ ਸੀਖ ਕਬਾਬ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਸੁਣ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮੂੰਹ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਣੀ ਆ ਜਾਵੇਗਾ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਤੇ ਗਰੁੱਪਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਿਊਟੀਫੁਲ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬੈਸਟ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਤੇ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਮਾਹੌਲ ਮਿਲੇਗਾ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਪਹੁੰਚੋ ਜਾਂ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 514 270 0786
I hope you enjoyed the commercial break. Now, Leah, I'm going to tell you something. Normally in this show, I speak in my language just to connect with the people from back home and stuff. But for some reason, I don't think I'll be able to because some of those words, I have no idea what they are in Urdu, which is the language from Pakistan, and Hindi from India. I think cancer is the same word, but so I'm just going to express. Leah, जो मेरे साथ आज आई हैं, मैंने इसलिए इनको बुलाया है बिकॉज इनने कैंसर को बैटल किया है, फाइट किया है बेसिकली, विच इज़ एब्सोल्युटली अमेजिंग. और ये 1 साल में अब बिल्कुल ठीक है. और इनकी कहानी मुझे बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगी और इसलिए मैंने उनको आज यहाँ पे बुलाया है आप लोगों के सामने थोड़ा सा शेयर करूँ कि miracles do happen.
Yes, they do.
They do. So you did what before? What was your job, actually?
I was an event planner.
Event planner.
Yes.
Now that's a very exciting, exhausting, time management job. So that must have obviously changed because
It did. I did slow down
Yeah.
drastically.
drastically, yeah.
Yes.
Because that just takes a lot out of you, like a lot. And I do that too. So I mean,
But I always believe when you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. But sometimes
I love that saying. I want to get a T-shirt like that. If you love
Yes.
what you do, you don't work a day in your life.
we need to.
We need to. Okay, we'll order that right away on Alibaba.com. I shouldn't say that because they're not sponsoring me or paying my subtitles. But no, it's absolutely true. I also need to get a T-shirt that says no filter because supposedly I don't have one. I think that was a very exciting part of your life, and
it was.
and I would like to propose something to you.
Yes.
Moving forward, I was just asked to be an event planner and a decor
Oh, wow.
coordinator for Westmount Square, which I'm really excited about. And it's a project, so it's a freelance project. And I will need some assistance with someone who has background in event
Wow.
planning. So would you, Leah, like I'm proposing,
binding.
would you like to maybe assist me on a couple of projects this year?
I would love to.
Great. She said it here. Now you're bounded. All right. So on that note, now what do you do?
Now I'm
Is it
actually
legal?
taking it very easy.
Okay, good. Is it? It's legal, right?
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
good. You can talk about it then. It's fine.
Actually, I've taken the time to take care. I've learned to take care of myself because I never
Very
did
important.
before. It was always taking care of my family first
Mhm.
and my business that I had done this for 20 years.
Wow.
And being challenged with cancer, I had to really put my feet on the ground and literally pick myself up and bring me to where I am today. But it takes a lot of energy.
I can
Yes, it
imagine.
does.
I mean, when you even talk about Taekwondo, I'm exhausted listening to it, like literally exhausted physically and emotionally because I know how much time that would have taken you from going from home, from chemo, and then Taekwondo, and then getting home, and then feeding your family. You cook.
Yes, I do.
I love
to
Greek
cook.
food, by the way.
I
I
love
love
it.
Greek. I grew up with a Greek family in the school that I was brought up, like through schooling, and I learned a lot of Greek words. So I'm going to try, and you're going to tell me if I'm doing well. or not. Okay, so your name, what's your real Greek name?
Heraclea.
Heraclea. Μπορεί να μιλήσετε Heraclea? Did I say it right?
Μπορώ να μιλήσω στην Heraclea.
Stin. Μπορεί να μιλήσει.
So?
So. Stin.
Heraclea.
Heraclea. Μπορεί να μιλήσει στο Jorge.
Στον Jorge, στο
Jorge.
Γιώργο.
Στο Γιώργο. Ευχαριστώ.
Thank you.
Σ' αγαπώ, συγγνώμη.
I love you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Because I wanted to, because I would say I love you, and people be like, what? I'm like, I'm sorry. Kryono,
I'm cold.
I'm cold. And what else? Oh, the bad stuff we don't talk about on TV. So I did learn a bit here and there, and then be like, Demilolinikas. I'm like, no, I'm not Greek. But then they always thought I was from Cyprus because of my skin color.
Okay.
So I was like, I need to go to Greek. I need to go to Greece. Like, I have
She'll
to
have a
go.
ball.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll teach you one word here. Oh, two words here today. So one is okay, is acha.
Acha.
And then thank you is shukriya.
Shukriya.
Yes. So at the end of our segment, you're going to say shukriya, which means thanks. I'll remind you again.
Shukriya.
Don't worry about it. And I'm going to say efkaristo to everybody. And I love when I speak it. Like I love it because it just rolls off your mouth. Speaking Greek actually to me sounds like it rolls. When people say people speak Greek, it sounds like you're fighting. It doesn't to me for some reason. I feel like when people speak in another language that's a part of our culture is Punjabi, I feel like people are fighting and attacking each other.
Okay. I learned one word. It was called salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum, that means hello.
Yes.
Yes, see, there we go. So we're learning cultures here. The other thing I wanted to ask you is, so obviously you have your job, you have your Taekwondo, and then you have taking time for yourself. What are your other hobbies? Is there anything else that interests you besides doing a huge event with 500 and so people and causing a huge hoopla and having like a DJ and prizes and sponsors? And the reason I'm saying that, I'm just bothering her. She held an event. What day was it?
It was April 21st.
April 21st, which I had the honor of being invited to,
Yes.
and I had a great time.
And thank you for
You
coming.
were in your own space. And it's fine. You were in an element that I saw, obviously, with you. I met your husband, I met your son, I met your other son who was giving out raffle tickets, and everybody seemed so connected to her. It was unbelievable. It felt like such a big Italian and Greek family. I'm going to say that because I heard Italian and Greek everywhere.
Okay.
It was really nice. It was really, the music was amazing. The 80s came back and the dancing on the floor. I loved how everybody brought their slippers. I mean, that is so down to like, you know, I love that they were dressed up and then you see everybody taking pantoufles on the floor with these beautiful dresses on and furry slippers dancing the night away. So tell me a little bit about this event that you did and why did you do it?
I wanted to do it to thank everyone for standing by my side. I did it also for my son George because he was growing his hair. Ever since I was diagnosed, he grew his hair from that day forward.
Wow.
And his hair just came out, I think, 13, 15.
What, he became like a Fabio?
Yes. I mean, he had shaved it here, but he grew it, and at the event, he wanted to donate it.
Wow, that's
and
amazing.
As he did, yes. And every time that I would finish a therapy, he says, "So, Mom, is it time now? Can we
Can
have
I give
an
you my
event?"
hair? Or like,
Hope and Cope would love, you know, they were
Absolutely.
very, very happy, and we've all donated our hair. I donated back my wig.
okay.
And
So he helped you plan the event?
yes, he did.
Wow, that's
Which
great.
for a 19-year-old, I think this made him, they all grew. Everybody
They grew
in my
really
family.
fast, yeah.
Yes. So I wanted to show him that, yes, everything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
My sponsors could not believe it, that I literally just came back from war and they said, "You should be relaxing. What are you doing? Why are you doing such an event?" And I said, because I wanted to give back. I was involved in many things,
Right.
fundraisers, charities in my life, and I also was invited to attend some fundraisers. And unfortunately, the fundraisers was because the person had perished. And they were raising money for research. And
Okay.
and what I wanted to do was give it a different spin. I always think out of the box, of course.
Of course.
So what I did is I said, I'm going to give every little inch of energy, which wasn't a lot, but because having such a great team,
Mm-hmm.
I had my son, I had my goddaughter Stacy, I had Lillian. I mean, I can't say more on how much effort everybody put in it.
It was. It
And-
was unbelievable to see it.
Yes, and I wanted to show everyone that even though we have mountains to climb or hiccups or whatever it is, that we must spring back. And this party, I wanted to put it together to celebrate life, to show people
Yeah.
that just because we're diagnosed with something doesn't mean it's the end.
No.
And I never put it in my mind ever that I was going
And
to.
I think people should learn not to take life for granted.
No,
I think
it's very precious.
Very precious. You have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. And I, being someone who came to that event, felt very welcomed.
Yes.
Even though I only know 2 people. I left there knowing, I think, about 8 or 9 people, because you had introduced me when I had come a little bit later. And everybody was just so welcoming and so compassionate. That's not when I use the words,
There
compassionate.
was a lot of love.
Yeah.
A lot of love in that. And to tell you the truth, I mean, it was very hard on me because I usually orchestrate the whole wedding and I know exactly every detail.
How did you feel at the event?
It was surreal. I felt like I was looking down at everybody.
Right.
And
Which is normal. I mean, it's completely
and I
normal.
was very, very emotional.
'Cause you couldn't
which
control
I'm
it, so.
usually the one who has it 100% together.
Well, whoever the team and the angels behind your event were, I'm telling you, they spread out their wings and they covered it
They were
completely.
Phenomenal, and I want to thank each and every one of them. I want to thank all my sponsors because they all made it happen. They did, and I couldn't thank them more. They believed in me, and we did very, very well for the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
We kept the fund opened.
The charity was for?
The charity was for breast cancer research.
Mm-hmm.
Half of the proceeds will go there to Dr. Cristiano's research because he's head of that oncology.
Mm-hmm.
And the other half is going to Hope and Cope, which is another phenomenal organization that even if we're diagnosed, there's such an amazing organization that they help us, as the name is, hope,
of course,
for a better quality of life and coping with it. And everything is taking place at Lou's house.
Oh.
And they have yogas and tai chis.
Okay, well, just text me the address.
Yeah. And I actually asked, there's my physiotherapist there, Nadia, which is incredible.
Okay.
Because there was a lot of constraint, a lot of to put me back together.
Right, yeah, because you I'm going to say in layman terms, but you break up a little bit and then you need to be put back together like a puzzle, right?
I mean, even my surgery was a partial mastectomy, so there was my surgeon was Dr. Boileau, which did a phenomenal job. And through one little incision, he went in and took what he needed out.
Well, Leah, I can say this hands down for sure, and I've met a lot of cancer patients, breast cancer patients. You honestly, and we say mashallah in our language, mashallah means with God's blessing, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
No, honestly, your character, your personality, your persona, your aura, I don't know how much more I can say this. And due to that is one of the reasons I probably ended up latching onto you in that aspect, because my energy is very high strung. And I can only mesh with people that kind of meet me in the middle. I don't expect them to be really high or really low, but they kind of need to make me come in. So you kind of calm me down a bit, which is a good thing, and that's why I feel we're going to work really well together. But how you celebrated life by doing that event and raising money was phenomenal. And future going forward, if you plan to do anything, I'm 100% on board with you.
Thank you.
And just to say that Ottawa Hope and Cope, I'm a part of as well, which is in September. And I'd love for you to be one of my models on the runway at Hope and Cope in Ottawa in September, which I'll tell you guys all the news about that later, as a survivor and being cancer-free and celebrating life.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
So we're going to now take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about entertainment and what's happening in Montreal. As always, छोटी break लेके हम entertainment के बारे में बात करेंगे और थोड़ा सा Montreal में आजकल क्या हो रहा है. Thank you.
Thank you.
शुक्रिया.
Shukriya.
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 पाकिस्तान तो आए ने कनाडा विच छाए ने पाकिस्तान तो आए ने कनाडा विच छाए ने तेरा रेस्टोरेंट तेरा रेस्टोरेंट भाई मेरा रेस्टोरेंट भाई मेरा रेस्टोरेंट बच्चे बुद्धि बंदे आओ मेरा रेस्टोरेंट बल्ले बल्ले खा पे खाओ मेरा रेस्टोरेंट जिंदा रख दे अपने कल्चर न जिंदा रख दे अपने कल्चर न सत बिस्मिल्लाह जी आया नो सत बिस्मिल्लाह जी आया नो हैप्पी बर्थडे शादी बुकिंग कर लो जी मेरा रेस्टोरेंट भाई मेरा रेस्टोरेंट 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 तेरा रेस्टोरेंट
Dera Restaurant 790 Jerry West Montreal, Quebec, Canada H391G6. Contact 514-495-2110 and 514-991-9112. Information Syed Musa Raza.
I hope you enjoyed our little break. अब मैं ब्रेक के बाद आपको ये बताना चाहती हूँ कि आजकल इस हफ्ते और लास्ट वीक सबसे बड़ी रेव मूवी जो थी अवेंजर्स थी एंड मैं आपको यहाँ तक ये कह सकती हूँ कि सब लोग पागल हो गए थे इस मूवी के बारे में. मैंने देखी थी वो मूवी, मैं आपको बताऊंगी नहीं ज़्यादा इस बारे में, लेकिन आई वॉज अ लिटिल डिसअपॉइंटेड। ठीक है, मैंने अपनी रिव्यूज़ और अपने कमेंट्स और अपनी चीज़ें अपने पास ही रखूंगी बिकॉज आई डोंट वांट टू स्पॉइल इट फॉर एनीबॉडी एल्स। लेकिन आपको थोड़ा सा एक क्लिप दिखा देंगे जस्ट, तो आपको थोड़ा सा नजर आए झलक उसका, लेकिन उसका पूरा ट्रेलर नहीं दिखा सकते फॉर द रीजंस ऑफ टेक्निकल डिफिकल्टीज इन पॉलिटिक्स इन कनाडा एंड अराउंड द वर्ल्ड, जो आप लोग खुद ही सॉर्ट आउट कर सकते हैं।
The entire time I knew him, he only ever had one goal: to wipe out half the universe. If he gets all the Infinity Stones, he can do it with the snap of his fingers.
We got one advantage. He's coming to us. We have what Thanos wants, so that's what we'll use.
Let's talk about this plan of yours. I think it's good, except it sucks. So let me do the plan, and that way it might be really good.
Wow.
The end is near. When I'm done, half of humanity will still exist. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. I hope they remember you.
I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're using your made-up names. Then I am Spider-Man.
दूसरी बात यह है कि जून में और जुलाई में जॉन बैप्टिस्ट और कनाडा डे आ रहा है, और उस पर हम जैज़ फेस्टिवल के बारे में बात करेंगे और ग्रैंड प्री के बारे में बात करेंगे। सबसे बड़ा जो हमारा इवेंट होता है मॉन्ट्रियल में, यकीन करें नॉर्थ अमेरिका में हमारा जैज़ फेस्टिवल और ग्रैंड प्री होता है। शुक्रिया एंड थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग आवर शो टुडे ऑन प्राइम टीवी। मैं सुहेला नियाजी आपको खुदाफिज कहती हूँ। टेक केयर, बाय।
रेस्टोरेंट 786 बेस्ट पाकिस्तानी रेस्टोरेंट इन मॉन्ट्रियल 100% हलाल। ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸ਼ਾਹੀ ਪਨੀਰ, ਦਾਲ, ਸਾਗ, ਮਿਕਸ ਵੈਜ, ਕੜੀ ਪਕੌੜਾ ਤੇ ਨੌਨ ਵੈਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੋਸ਼ਤ, ਲਾਹੌਰੀ ਫਿਸ਼, ਲਾਹੌਰੀ ਚਿਕਨ, ਸੀਖ ਕਬਾਬ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਸੁਣ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮੂੰਹ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਣੀ ਆ ਜਾਵੇਗਾ। ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਤੇ ਗਰੁੱਪਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਿਊਟੀਫੁਲ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬੈਸਟ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਤੇ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਮਾਹੌਲ ਮਿਲੇਗਾ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਪਹੁੰਚੋ ਜਾਂ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 514 270 0786।